is up, guys? So today I wanted to show you something really important that I find fascinating, and maybe some of you might find fascinating as well. This is basically what the Senate had released on the UFO documents. Basically, it's pretty amazing, as you can tell. This is from the NSA, the National Security Agency, the Central Security Service. And you can find it, anybody can find it. Just go to their homepage. It's nsa.gov/news and features, and just look for declassified documents and just look for UFOs, and this is what you get. I mean, I've just went through a couple of them, and a couple of them are pretty impressive. Let's see. Let me find one I have about that. I mean, this goes back to Project Blue Book, and if you know anything about that, that is like way back in the day. That was when they had the government or the military was trying to have some sort of branch that would investigate UFOs, but I think it kind of failed, or I forgot what the whole background was. But look at this. For instance, here you got UFO. Here's a PDF. They're all in original PDF formats. And as you can see, these are articles in regards to advanced engineering, reverse engineering. These are just everything. It's just everything. The federal government has systematically misinformed the American people about the real threat. I mean, this is just fascinating stuff to go through. I want to download all of this stuff and just go through it. It's really fascinating to me. Let's see if I can find something else. Something that everybody kind of would be a little familiar with. This is interesting too. The Navy report on Cuba. I guess Cuba had a UFO incident we don't know about. And it just goes on and on. UFO hypothesis and survival questions. I mean, it's just amazing. Let me see if I can find that one that jumped out at me. I mean, it even had the Roswell. That's the one I was kind of looking for. There's so many. And the font is just so small. Let me just see if I can find. Oh, an intelligence community blind spot to surprise and deceptive data. Geez, memorandum for the records. I mean, I should. Well, let's go to Project Blue Book. Let's see what that shows here. Here's okay. Well, look at this. Unidentified flying objects in Air Force Project Blue Book. This is just 2 pages. I guess it kind of just gives you a summary. But yeah, you know what I'm going to do, because there's just so much of it, and I just found it fascinating. I think a lot of you would probably find it fascinating too. I'm going to put a link in the description to this. But basically, you can find it. Anybody can find it. There's the address. Boom. Right? You can take it from there and find it. I'll still put it in the description box. I'm really curious to find out where that Roswell one, I just seen it. Oh, here's one, another one. Exploitation report. A fragment was found, a metal recovered in the Republic of Congo. That's something I didn't know about. And here's the one that everybody's probably heard of in the UFO community, and that's the sighting in Iran back in 1976. And they do explain at the very top that right here, if you read right here, that a lot of it still has to be blocked out. And they say it's just, I guess it's some sort of litigation between people that actually, there's a group of people, I guess, that are called the Citizens Against Unidentified Flying Objects Secrecy. I don't know. I guess for whatever reason, it's still under litigation. You're going to find some stuff just blacked out. But here it goes. I mean, look how old this stuff is. I hope this is coming out for you to understand. Here you can make out. I mean, this is original documentation. It looks like it's been scanned. So video's not going to do it justice. You're going to have to take a look for yourself. It's from the Department of Defense. I'm trying to get to a part where they say, yeah, we've seen some crazy stuff. Here, I'll read this. It's right here. It just says real quick. At about 12:30 a.m. on the 19th of September, 1976, the Imperial Iranian Air Force, the IIAF, command post received 4 telephone calls from citizens living in the Shimiran area of Tehran, saying that they had seen strange objects in the sky. Some reported a kind of bird-like object, while others reported a helicopter with a light on it. There were no helicopters airborne at that time. The command post called B.G. Yousefi, Assistant Deputy Commander of Operations. After he told the citizen it was only himself, he noticed an object in the sky similar to a star, bigger and brighter. He decided to scramble and follow it from Shakaroni Air Force Base. I don't know how to pronounce that. It's if you can make it. Oh, if you can make it out, there it is. So go ahead, pause it, take a look at it, look for it yourself. You can find it right there, NSA.gov. Very fascinating stuff. I encourage everybody. This is some good reading. To tell you the truth, I want to print this out. It's fascinating. It's just reading this real quickly. Shortly after the second object joined up with the primary object, another object appeared to come out of the other side of the primary object, going straight down at a great rate of speed. The F4 crew, that's what I make of it. That's what it looks like. F4 crew had regained communications in the weapons control panel and watched the object approach the ground, anticipating a large explosion. This object appeared to come to rest gently on the earth and cast a very bright light over an area of about 2 to 3 kilometers. The crew descended from their altitude of 26 meters to 15 meters and continued to observe and mark the object's position. They had difficulty in adjusting their night visibility for landing, so after orbiting Merab a few times, they went out for a straight-in landing. There was a lot of interference on the UHF, and each time they passed through a mag bearing of 150 degrees from Erbob, they lost their communications. And it just goes on. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but it's just fascinating. Just fascinating. And that in particular, I know I've heard about that story numerous times. That's more detailed than what we've been told, through all those UFO documentaries we always see on TV. So yeah, there it is. And it shows a lot of books there. I guess they also released a lot of books that were written by people. I guess individuals that worked in certain secret projects back in the day. Look at this. In the most recent issues of the NSA Technical Journal, Volume 11, Number 1, Mr. Lambros D. Calamos discussed certain aspects of extraterrestrial intelligence and includes several messages to test readers' ingenuity. This is really fascinating stuff. I guess you could say I'm a nerd about it. Excuse me. Should have cleared my throat. But there it is. All right, guys. Let's go check it out. Here's the address. Everybody wanted to know the truth. Well, here it is. This is about as good as we're going to get until we see an actual sighting. There it all is for the taking. All right, guys. So I hope you get, take a look, have fun. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Are they real? Is this the truth?